Hello, welcome back to some more Dead Rising. I apologize for the last video. I think I was recording at a slightly lower bit rate than I should have been. So hopefully that's, solved right now. I was gonna say I'm gonna watch the video and look, but it's like the problem is like I make all these statements about what I'm going to do, but like it doesn't really matter because it's almost always a moot case because I'm speaking in like future tense, like what I'm going to do. But if you guys are watching this, it's like, well, this has already been done. So basically, we can't hit crap. Okay, that's good. Good to know. Good to know that we did it. Great. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go outside and harvest our zombies. That's fine. So yeah, we're just basically harvesting up zombies then. So we're gonna be looking for queens, more or less. But where do we find them? I think that's one. So I'm. Yeah, I guess we'll just do this. So we have to blow away the durability on some of these weapons then, because we don't have quite the holding space for all these queens. So this is partly going to be me harvesting queens, but also just trying to blow my inventory so I can hold more queens. And we'll take them back to Isabella. So, one thing I was thinking about is like, so this might get a little bit too real for some people, but I like to have the real. How should we do this? Okay, we should probably. I'm gonna blow this as well. Oh, he has a hard hat. That's very interesting. So one thing I was thinking about is how much I value thinking. So I think thinking and being exposed to new ideas keeps the mind young. Where is this going? Grab that. It keeps the mind young, which is, in my mind, I think is a good thing because when the mind, like, as your mind ages, if you, well, I don't know if I really need to describe it, but basically, I want to keep my mind young, like, be receptive to new ideas and be able to, process them Jesus. Yeah, keep the mind young, and then I just, like, stutter and I'm not talking about anything. Get out of here, man. I am not interested in dealing with you. And we're gone. It's like, so I guess the parallel I draw to keep the mind young, so being willing, like, able to process new ideas and broaden your understanding. It'd be like, physical fitness, right? Uh-oh. Clock tower for storage. Check the clock tower.
Hello?
Alright. I was not aware of that as a thing that we needed to do, but that's fine. We definitely go do that. I don't remember this. So I think we just go outside then, because that's the only clock tower that I know of. But keeping your mind young is kind of like, keeping your body young. It's like, well, what does that mean? It means, doing fitness, physical activity, which I think there's obvious health benefits to doing that. But I want to say right now too is I'm definitely no biologist, so I might not know what I'm talking about. Like I was talking to my friend today. He's like, well, if you exercise, it tears down like the cells in your body and it rebuilds them, which can increase the chances of someone developing cancer because cancer is basically the duplication of excess cells that you don't need. But I'm a mathematician. Like I don't know this guy. I'm a guy sitting in front of a computer playing games right now, so I have no idea what's going on.
gets out of here, I doubt these zombies would just let us walk right through.
Do I have to go in here? Oh, here you go. There you go. Easy peasy. So basically what my woes were, not my woes, is like, now that I'm done university, how do I keep my mind sharp? And I actually don't think that it's as big as a problem as I make it out to be. Because one thing I was thinking is, too, is like, okay, I could like look up philosophy on the internet, which that's something like I'm really interested in. That's, you know, something I talked about earlier, or a later story, is philosophy and religions really seem to be hot topics for people, and not in the sense that people like love to discuss them, but rather you discuss them and you can hit a lot of nerves by doing so. So I was saying, okay, so I could like read up philosophy, I can do like mind teasers. I think there's a lot of ways to keep the brain sharp. And I think for me personally, like thinking is a great way to do it. So basically, this is like, oh, how do I be like physical activity? I think is pretty straightforward. Like it's, you know, something we talk about. But I think mental activity is also equally important too. Well, I should say equally important. It's certainly important. Don't get me wrong. All right. Okay. Okay. I can give you dog queens. That's one. Need at least 10. That's okay. Got you covered. That's 2. And hopefully I will take some more damage so we can just hold more of them. Because I think theoretically right now, yeah, I can hold all of them if I harvest it. I only need to hold 8 though. Oh, hello. Perfect. This is good. So now the zombies back in the mall. Very kind of the game developers to do that for us. So now we're looking for queens, but we can look just inside the mall. So, in regards of religion and philosophy being a hot topic, I think so far it's been clear. Maybe not clear, but like, I'll talk about the I'll talk about those with reckless abandon on, you know, on my videos. Like I'll dive right into them. I'll be like, hey man, you want to discuss like philosophy? Like I love talking about that stuff, or like religion. But I think I should realize by then doing so, I could easily alienate. I could easily alienate viewers by doing so. And now it sounds like, oh yeah, I'm being like this moral person. Like, oh yeah, I'm like aware of like these things that might offend people. And actually, just there, I did, you know, the my speech pattern, like the alienate, which I think that might be reading too much into it. You know, I could easily offend people with religion and philosophy, and like it's like, oh, he's being a good person, being aware. It's like, well, sure. But I think I'm more making observation, and not. This is where I like take, you know, a step back and like, okay, what the heck am I actually talking about? Like some people are like, what the flum is this guy going on about? 1, 2, and then it's like, you have to go back, Frank. That's fine. So she has 4 right now, so we just need to get 6 more per set. This might be a shorter episode too, but it's like, is it okay to? Well, let me back up here a minute. Most people. Now, I mean, now we can drink this though, so this is good. Hey, Kate. There we go, got it. Because I know many places on the internet. Well, it depends where you go, right? If you go to a site that's dedicated just to talking about like religion, then obviously there'll be, you know, discussion about religion on there. But if you consider, say, some social media outlets, like say Twitter, YouTube, or places like those, talking about like religion or philosophy seems to be, well, nearly taboo. Which I think is that justified. But I think the more relevant question for me is like, is that, am I willing to talk about that on my channel, and you know, what are the consequences of doing so? For me, I don't have any problems about talking about philosophy, and I think that's the thing. Like, you know, I want to create a space where people can go ahead and discuss ideas freely without being. Oh man, they're just going to town on them. I can grab another machine gun, that's fine. SWAT officers are being mauled by zombies. Hello. Alright. We're done playing nice. That's another one, so we still can get more zombies. I want to like create a place where people can, you know, discuss ideas. Like freely, like no judgment. Like that's the kind of community that I would want to create. And I think part of no, we're not going out here then. Going back in here. Go look for more queens. Shoot, where was I going with this? And I think part of, you know, the challenge of making YouTube content is trying to hit or trying to get the right audience. So let's talk about my channel, because it's pretty obvious about what I want to do, because, you know, it's my channel. So I want to create a place where people can discuss some ideas. 18 hours remain. We're more than fine. That's another one. So, you know, it's okay. So we want to talk about philosophical ideas, or maybe not even like philosophy. Like I like to rant on about like abstracts. I don't know, abstract that even sounds like pompous. But I like going on tangents unrelated to video games. Yeah, I'm playing video games. So for me, it's like the ideal audience would be an audience that doesn't fear. I should be careful. I shouldn't say doesn't fear. But it's okay if more abstract concepts like philosophy or religion that they're comfortable discussing about. Yet also can appreciate a good video game, or at least watching someone like bumble their way through a video game. And like, you know, that's the audience I would like to have. Is like, where do you find those people? So let's just say, and I do a lot of StarCraft content on my channel, but let's say I did exclusively like StarCraft content. It's like, okay, so the people who'd want to watch my channel are probably the people who'd be interested in StarCraft. But then where do we find those people who are interested in StarCraft? Like, and I'm talking in terms of advertising here. So what I think I would want to do is post on a site, say like Team Liquid, and be like, hey, here's my channel. What are you doing? Did you have a queen there? Nope. I don't want to post on a site like Team Liquid and be like, hey, you know, I do some StarCraft content if you guys are interested in StarCraft. And like, you know, I'd be reaching out to the right audience. Whereas let's say if I go to a... That guy definitely has a queen in his head. Yoink. We can head back. Oh, we should try and get one more, I think. Oh. This nectar's gonna be very valuable. See, if I went to a fashion website or like a fashion channel on YouTube and be like, hey, you guys should go watch my content because I do StarCraft, I probably won't get very many viewers. Like, I'm not saying that the two are mutually exclusive, but I'm probably looking for the audience in the wrong place. And because I do like video games, I think already, like, posting on other Let's Players channels, I think that's already, like, a good start, because there's a chance that the games I'm playing will be interesting to other people. And, you know, by playing more mainstream games, I think, you know, there's a chance for there to be wider appeal. So, again, like, say if I were to play League of Legends, like, I'd probably have an easier time finding an audience for League of Legends because, well, League of Legends is a massively popular game. But let's say I did, like, obscure indie games that no one really knew about. I think people who are interested in indie games, though, they might be interested in, you know, watching that stuff. Excuse me, another 5 queens. But it might not have the same reach because, you know, I would assume that there's less people. There's less people who are interested in the indie games than there are, say, like League of Legends or something. And, you know, I think that makes sense. Or likewise, too, like for StarCraft. Like, if you look at my channel, like, 1/3 of the videos is, like, StarCraft. And then I have a bunch of other things. So it's like, I think some people are, and, well, that's just it, too. Like, some people have some, like, Let's Plays of other games. Some people are interested in watching that. But, like, for the StarCraft videos, I will imagine many people are into StarCraft. But, that being said, so my other videos, they tend to get more views, but they're much more inconsistent. Because, you know, Dead Rising might appeal to a lot of people. Like, you know, for someone watching this Dead Rising Let's Play. But, you know, they're not interested in watching, like, Fallout 4 or, like, StarCraft Brood War or anything else. And I think, you know, once I get more Let's Plays, like, there will be, hopefully something for everyone. Yeah, and, you know, I also have a lot of Fire Emblem stuff on my channel as well. So, people may not necessarily be interested. Sorry. Not that they're... Holy man, I tripped over my own tongue. There's too many people here. We're out. We're just gonna go here, and they want to come to us, then they're more than welcome to. This is not good. Get out of here, guys. So I think, like, you know, yeah, so what I was talking about is, like, my Let's Plays tend to get more views, but they're more inconsistent. Like, so, for example, a lot of people might check out my first Dead Rising Let's Play video, but then, like, not the other ones. But then, like, they still get more traffic than my StarCraft 2 videos. That being said... A nice stick, I don't want that. That being said, I know from, like, my... Just, like, the data that I get from my subscription feed... that I have a viewer who... Or a subscriber, at least I'm assuming, who consistently watches all of my StarCraft videos. So... And I think it's something that, you know... I've heard before... Does he have anything? Nope. Man, I'm having a hard time finding these queens. Is that, you know, I do a lot of, like, 2v2s and 3v3 StarCraft videos on YouTube, and they do exist, but I think that's just certainly more of a niche. Like, so, for example, I'd argue that StarCraft is already a niche game in the first place, but then to have, say... like a lot of 2v2 and 3v3 content, like that's a lot more of a niche. But that being said, because it's a niche, it has its own unique captive audience. And like, I guess the more eloquent way to say this is that there's less competition. This isn't going as well as we would like to. Oh yes, yes, yes. There you go. There's less competition. So, for example, like, yes, there might be other people who do 2v2 and 3v3 videos on StarCraft, but they're not as numerous. Like, I might be competing with, like, say, like, 3 other people. And maybe competing's not the right word, but there might be, like, 3 other people who do that content on YouTube. Whereas, like, a Dead Rising Let's Play, oh, man, like, there's a ton of people who do them. And there's probably, like... Well, and there's other big name content creators. Ugh, I say as I scratch my leg, my head goes off camera. Who do, who have already done Dead Rising, who have a much larger reach, much larger audience, and the like. So for someone to click on my Dead Rising video exclusively, like, yes, more people might be interested in Dead Rising, but there's probably more people who are, like, fulfilled on the demand of there being Dead Rising videos. Whereas for StarCraft 2, like 2v2s and 3v3s, less people have done them, but there's probably less interest in them. So it's a bit of a... I was going to say paradox, but I think at this point it's just more of an interesting observation. It's not. I don't think it's really paradoxical. I think it really makes sense, right? Because the more people are interested in particular content, like there's gonna, like, it's basically supply and demand, and that's like economics and like, you know, and the likes. And I think you could apply that, roughly speaking, at least to like YouTube. So.
You're gonna inject me with that, huh? Okay, Doc. Let's get this over with. At least I won't have to worry about turning into one of them for a while. Okay. Next on the agenda. Figure out a way to get the hell out of here.
While I was isolating the hormone, I managed to identify a pheromone that suppresses the attack instinct in adult parasites. In other words, the zombies don't like the way it smells. If you give me a little more time, I should be able to produce some of this pheromone.
They think it smells bad? You think we could use something like that to keep them away from us? We could just walk right past them and get out of here.
In theory, yes. Either way, it's certainly better than nothing.
There was a cave. Outside, where the helicopter crashed. It was packed with zombies. I mean, shoulder to shoulder. But it may lead somewhere outside. If it works, your anti-zombie perfume, it could keep us safe in that cave. What do you say? You ready to get the hell out of here?
There won't be enough of this pheromone to waste it on experiments. We'll only have enough to use it once.
Whatever you say.
Aw, yeah. Oh. Oh, this might be the... I might just do it all right now.
There are so many. Where on earth could this lead?
I don't know. But considering how many of them keep pouring out of here, it must be connected to something. Isabella, look. Any other way out of here is guarded by the military. If we're gonna get out of here and put a stop to Carlito's plan, we've got to go in there. It's the only way. It's not like we're unarmed. We got your smelly perfume, don't we? I wouldn't be alive right now if your shot hadn't worked. The perfume's gonna work too. I know it.
Oh man.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, great, we will save here.
Right.
Yeah, so I think I'll save here and end the episode, and then we'll just do finale next time. It'll be a 13-part series. That'll be great. All right. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all later.